My name is Dr. Richard Walker, and everything he told you was true. Now listen, you're going to have to listen up fast because I'm going to talk fast. I only got an hour. All right? Okay, so listen. The reason why they asked me to talk to you is because I am a censor. You'll find out what that means in a few minutes. I am a censor. I do have 26 years of education. I've been in the healthcare arena since 1978. I have seen a lot of things that's going on, and I'm here to tell you about them. You are going to be excited. But first of all, I got to get your mouth right. I got to get your language right, and I got to get your body right. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, first, get your mouth right. Take everything that's out of your mouth. Any gum, if you got gum, swallow it. All right? Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, I want you to say, whoo. Woo. Say it again. Woo. Again. Okay, raise your left hand. All right? This is your network. Okay? Wave it to me. This is your network. Put it down. Raise your right hand. This is a tsunami. You hear me? This is a tsunami. Okay, put your right hand down. You're probably saying, what in the world is this guy talking about? He probably needs another 26 years of education. Not true. Let me tell you what's going on, and let me tell you why I'm a censor. First, I have 26 years of education. I was trained in obstetrics and gynecology. I then switched to integrative and environmental medicine, but I've also been a healthcare consultant for 18 years. What does that mean? It means I've gone into businesses that were failing, healthcare businesses. I've done it for the Bureau of Primary Health Care, which is for the federal government. I've done it for organizations that are international, such as Det Norske Veritas, which excels in ISO 9000 certification. Some of you might know what that's all about, but it's all about looking at the marketplace, going into healthcare businesses, finding out what their problems are, and turning them around. However, I have to understand what everything is all about in the marketplace, right? Otherwise, I lose my business, right? Okay, so now you're saying, what does that have to do with the things that you told me? Let me tell you about the tsunami. The tsunami is a natural event that occurs with a terrifying, catastrophic event that occurs underneath the sea. You cannot see a tsunami moving. The tsunami moves undetected underneath the sea. It travels at 300 to 400 miles per hour. And then, if you don't know what's happening, the tsunami will crash upon the seashore and destroy everything in its wake. Yes? You've heard of it? Yes? Let me tell you about the tsunami that's happening in healthcare. The tsunami in healthcare says that HMOs in the next 5 to 7 years are just about to go out of business. Why? Because patients don't want to be on an HMO. Doctors don't want to be on an HMO. I've got an article here that came out this month, and guess what it says on the first 2 pages in the title? It says, pay cut. To who? Doctors. Pay cut. Here's what's happening in the healthcare arena. Not only are HMOs going out, but corporations such as General Motors and Ford, and you heard about the transit strike in New York in December, yes? All of that was about health care. Why? Because they don't want to pay, or it's too costly. So let me tell you about this tsunami. Guess what this healthcare tsunami is carrying? Cash! You don't sound excited to me. This baby is carrying cash. And guess what this is running into? If you got a network, baby, you better have that network ready, because this baby is going to smash into this baby. What was the word I told you to say? Woo! Do it again. Woo! Okay, so now you want to know what the woo is all about. The woo is about the money going into your checking account. It's the money that the tsunami in healthcare is bringing. It's bringing cash. If you got your network ready, it will put a woo. Oh, that was weak. It will put a woo, into your checking account. Now, a lot of people ask me a question. They say, why is a doctor getting into this business? Now, I'm going to give you the answer to the questions, and then you got to answer it for me, okay? I'm going to ask you some questions. The answer to these questions is no. You ready? If I don't go to my practice and see patients, do I get paid? No. If I go to my practice, do I get residual income? No. If I don't go into my practice, do I get a lifetime contract? No. If I don't go into my practice, do I get a 15% residual? No. If I don't go into my practice, do I get a 10% residual? No. If I don't go into my practice, do I get a 5% residual? No. Do I get a 3% residual? No. Do I get a 1% residual? You ready? Yeah. Woo! Now, let me ask you a question. You're in the same boat that I am. If you get sick, yeah, I know you got a pension plan, but you know what? They're ready to cancel it. Oh, yeah, I know you got a little cash in the bank, but let's see how long that cash goes when you get downsized. You got the same situation that I've got. You got a situation in which you have no backup. The only way you're going to have a backup is if you build it. Can you say that? Build it. Build it. Now, if you build it, it's coming. It will come. That was the movie. This is real life. It's coming. Okay? So when it starts to come, the thing that you got to do when you see me in the hallway, you got to talk the language, baby. You can't be coming up to me and say, hey, Dr. Walker, how are you? You got to come up to me and say, ready? Woo. You got the picture. Now, why am I getting you to say and do something that's a little bit different? Yeah, it might be a little bit strange, but let me tell you something about something that was strange. There was a guy by the name of Abram. You might know him. They changed his name to Abraham. Before he was Abraham, he was Abram. God had to put a thought in his mind and something on his lips so he can continue to hear the faith sound of him being the father of nations. He wasn't the father of nations until he continued to hear it, and until he continued to say it, until he continued to do something and believe in it. You got a network, and you got a tsunami coming. You better put those two babies together so you can have cash coming into your checking account. Ready? Woo! Thank you.